Okay, so today we're working on something other than a Mercedes. Today we have to do some work on the tow truck. So usually this is the truck we're taking when we're going to pick up a car, but my wife used it to help somebody move, and now the window regulator is not working in the passenger side rear. So we're going to replace that today. So stay tuned. As you can see, there's tape on the window holding it up because the cable inside the regulator, I'm sure, is snapped. We'll find out once we get the door panel off. But yeah, let's dig into it. Okay, here's the tools I'm going to use today. Just a impact, extension, couple of trim tools, a couple of sockets, 10mm and 7mm. So let's go. Okay, so first thing you want to do is get your window taped up if you haven't done that already. This one was totally falling down, so it had to be taped up. Next, get your trim tool and pop off these trim pieces right here. And the door lock. Okay, 1 7mm down in the bottom corner here. Okay, the next bolt you want to take off is underneath this handle right here and tucked inside there. Also 7mm. And then just pop the door panel up. And there's a couple of things you're going to have to unplug. The switch here and the light over here. Just set the door panel to the side, and then you can start working on getting the regulator out. So next you have to take off this moisture barrier cover, and it's got some black goo holding it on. You can re-stick it after you pulled it down with this same black goo. This one seems to be in really good shape. That's going to expose the regulator right there. And this side, same thing. Okay, now there's going to be 5 10mm you're going to have to undo. That hold the regulator in, and then 2 more that hold the regulator to the window. Okay, all 5 of those are out. Now you can loosen these right here on this clamp. These clamp the regulator to the window. You got to make sure your window's taped or it could fall down at this point. So You don't have to completely take the nuts off, you just have to loosen them. Yeah, the cable looks to be broken. Or at least unhooked. There's one more plug down here on the motor itself that you're going to have to undo. There we go, plugs out. And now we should be able to just fish this thing all the rest of the way out. Okay, new part looks good. And it should just go back in the reverse way of how it came out. Okay, now at this point, once you get the regulator back in the door, you just want to put on the bolts, but put them on just kind of loose so you can still move things around a little bit. I did see in the reviews that people were saying that the holes didn't line up, but I think what's happening, they're not putting the bottom ones on first, because the top is a slotted hole, it's adjustable, the bottom is not. So if you put the bottom on first, then it's okay if the top isn't quite where the old one was, because it's a slotted hole. But if you put the top on first, you'll never get the bottom ones through because they're just a normal hole. Okay, now this one has a pigtail, but it should plug in the same way. Just make sure your window goes up when it's supposed to go up and down when it's supposed to go down, because the wiring is sometimes backwards on these. You may have to switch the pins around or whatever you need to do to make it the correct polarity. Okay, got it plugged in. Should be good. Now we got to put the clamps onto the window. Actually, I'm going to tighten the bolts down before I put it on the window. Not totally tight, but just snug them up so they're not moving around anymore. We'll go back and tighten them down at the end. I'm going to plug in the window switch so I can operate the window up and down a little bit. Okay, I turned the key on and I should be able to operate the windows. Okay, so it's moving now. It's going the right direction. Now I'm gonna pull it up into the window. Should be able to use the motor to get it up onto the window. Looks good. Okay. Now we're going to tighten those clamps down. Now what you want to do next is check for any wires that might be getting snagged or might be in the way, because you've moved everything around in there. Looks good on this side. And just operate the window so you can make sure that it goes all the way up and down. Yep, everything seems to be working good. Now just snug the rest of these up, and I'm going to do it by hand, just so I don't over tighten them with the impact driver. And snug up the clamps. They don't have to be too tight. They have rubber isolators on them to grab the window. But you don't want them too loose because they can let go of the window. Now we're going to put our plastic back on. And that same black goo seems to be holding it okay. Okay, the door panel goes back on same way it came off. There's these white clips you'll see on the back side here. Right here, here, and here. These go into holes and hook in on there on the door. And don't forget to plug in your light if you haven't already, like I almost did. Okay, now you want to put your door lock back on. You want to put it in towards the front of the car first. Make sure that that pin goes into the switch, and make sure that the red shows towards the back of the car. And pop it in, that's it. Okay, now we're going to put the door handle trim back on. Might need to pull the door handle out a little bit. It should just snap in. Like that. Okay, now before I put the final bolts in, I'm going to test it one more time. Make sure the window goes up and down. Okay, everything looks good, so I'll put our final 2 screws in and we're done. Hey everybody, thanks for watching this video. I hope this helps you change your window regulator if you have to. And don't forget to like and subscribe for more automotive content on Auto Exposure. Thanks.